Welcome to another Mark Talk. I forget what episode this is. It's somewhere down the line in this series. All right. Today we're going to talk about just basketball in general and just how to translate that practice into games. Because I've noticed that's a problem for a lot of you. In your practices, you should be practicing at game speed. I've said that in so many videos. Practice at game speed. But also, if you want to learn something new, if there's a new move you want to add to your bag, slow down. Okay. That's the only time you slow down, right? If you're doing the monotonous normal training of just, all right, let me get this amount of shots up today, do this move 5 times, this move 10 times, and then I'll do this, all that stuff should be at very fast game speed, right? But when you're learning something new, take a second, get the footwork right? We know this. So if you want your practice to translate into games and you're upset that you're not, doing that, maybe you should check your practices. Maybe you have to pick it up in practice. Or it could be a mindset issue. It could be something mental, and that's very common. All right. So the way I tackled this, because I realized there was a confidence issue between my sophomore to junior year. In my sophomore year, I scored 13 points on the season. In my junior year, I scored 410. One of the biggest differences outside of just practicing at game speed and translating that practice into games was my mindset. In my sophomore year, I had an ego, and I used that to supplement for not having real confidence. And I would argue that now, going into my senior year, now I would say I don't have an ego because I've been humbled many times, but I have real confidence in myself. And that's a huge difference to have. Like, people say ego is the enemy, this, that, and the other. I think just like anything in life, it can be used for good or bad. It depends on who has the tool, right? I mean, for example, like a weapon can be used for defense or it can be used to kill somebody, right? So, same thing with ego. Okay, for me, I supplemented ego as a tool for confidence. It wasn't real confidence, but it worked for me for the time. And this was before I was wise enough to have real confidence. And anyway, so what you should focus on right now is learn from my mistakes and focus on developing real confidence. I mean real confidence, not an ego, right? Not just saying affirmations to yourself in the mirror every morning. Oh, I am great at basketball. I am this and that. No, develop that real confidence. And the way that you do that is to develop self-love. And the way to develop self-love, it's a process. It's a long process, but truly it will be worth it by the end of it because that self-love will carry on with you to the rest of your life. One way to do that is to cultivate it through prayer, through reading books on how to love yourself, meditation. Now, I don't meditate every day anymore. I've gotten away from that a little bit, but I used to meditate every single day. So you got to research how to love yourself. It's really important that you do that because you may think, oh, it's not that important. Do I really have to love my... Yes. Yes, you do. That'll make your life happy. That'll make your life happier. You'll become more successful. Everything that you need in this life comes from believing in yourself and having self-love and having good faith in Christ. All right. So now that we have that, you want to translate that practice into games. You've already tried practicing at game speed. You've already tried fixing your mindset, and you're still not getting it. Check your consistency. How often do you practice? Are you practicing every day? Are you practicing twice a week? Like, what do you got going on? And once you figure that out, say, okay, well, I'm practicing 4 days out of the week. Maybe I should practice 5 days out of the week. Maybe I should practice 6 days out of the week. So fix that, okay? Now, if you checked your consistency, like I'm just going down the list here. This is everything. Okay, now let's say you checked your consistency. All right, my consistency is fine. Well, are you practicing against good competition? Now, I get it. Maybe you don't have anybody else to practice with other than yourself. I've been there. But if there's an opportunity to play pickup basketball, if there's an opportunity to practice with somebody else, maybe you could start calling up some of your friends that play basketball if you have, basketball friends. Hey, man, let's train together. Maybe we should do like some 1v1s. I want to practice my skills, and you can as well. And just get that work in. it's tough to go into a game and try to do everything that you did in practice when you didn't have a defense in practice. It's tough. That's why I say game speed, because it simulates a game-like experience. But having a defender in front of your face, the crowd yelling, you can't really replicate that in practice. This might sound corny, but something that I used to do was I would get my phone when I was younger, and I would get like, what do you call those? Not a stereo. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It took me probably 5 minutes to figure out the name of a speaker. A speaker. Don't make fun of me. What the heck do you call those? The things that make the audio louder. Oh my gosh. Bass booster? What the heck is the name of it? A speaker. You get a speaker and you can play like fan noises, like crowd noises. And for me, I was always doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did he make it at the buzzer? Bang. I was always doing that in my head. And having crowd noises made it even more fun when I was younger. And it kind of simulated a game. That's a possible method. Basketball meditations are on YouTube. I like this one. I'll put it on screen. Just do the work of believing in your own play. That's really what it comes down to. Now, you're saying, oh, I'm inconsistent. Okay. Think about it like this. Look at the best players in the world. Do they go perfect every single game? No, they miss shots. Okay. Some games are worse than others. So why are you holding yourself to this level of success that is almost impossible to reach when you're just trying your best? You know? When you talk about being consistent, there's a difference between having some good games and some bad games and just being inconsistent. Okay, everybody has bad games. Everybody. And so when you stop putting that much pressure on yourself to have a good game every single time you step on the court, you'll probably play better because you're more relaxed. That was a problem that I had, was if I had a terrible game, I stuck on that game and I thought about it, I overanalyzed it for so long that it just wasn't worth it. So my advice to you is understand that you will have very good games, you'll have amazing games, and you will also have bad games. But if you think of your basketball career like a line graph, try to stay in the middle with your emotions, right? Don't get too high when you're doing well, and don't get too low when you're doing bad. You want to stay right in the middle. It's called being even-keeled. Because if you get too high, you might get complacent. If you get too low, you'll just be depressed. So try to stay right in the middle with those emotions and don't overanalyze everything. Just have fun with the game. And you're improving every single day, right? 1% better every day, all that stuff. Just get better every day. And that's all you can control. Control what you can control and don't worry about everything else. All right, man. I hope this video provides some value to you. And as always, keep God first. Good luck, bro. I'll see you, man.